and welcome back to the Linux Lighthouse. Today we are exploring something a little different from your usual Linux desktop. You have probably heard of openSUSE, Tumbleweed or Leap, but what if your system could update itself, fix itself, and just stay out of your way? That's where openSUSE MicroOS comes in. It's not your typical Linux distro, it is just built to be minimal, reliable, and almost maintenance-free, perfect for servers, containers, or even as a desktop if you like the idea of a system that just works in the background. In this episode, I will walk you through what MicroOS is, who it's for, and why it might be the smartest Linux you have never tried. Let's get started. Now let's talk about openSUSE MicroOS, a modern, minimalistic, and immutable operating system. MicroOS is quite different from Leap and Tumbleweed. It's designed as a container host and minimal OS for running modern workloads. The core idea is that MicroOS provides a reliable read-only base system, like firmware on a device, and you run your applications on top of it, typically in containers or virtual machines. MicroOS was built for scenarios like servers, cloud deployments, or container platforms where you want the underlying OS to require almost zero maintenance. It uses transactional atomic updates on a read-only PTRFS root file system. In plain English, that means when you update MicroOS, it updates in a safe way. It writes the updates to a snapshot and only applies them on reboot, all or nothing. If something goes wrong, it can roll back to the previous snapshot automatically. There is no half-update state, and the system partition is not modified during runtime. This makes it extremely stable and self-healing for servers. MicroOS is aimed at containers and server folks, DevOps, system administrators, and even IoT or edge device users. If you need a lightweight host OS for, say, Docker, Podman containers, or Kubernetes, MicroOS is ideal. It's also for people who love the concept of an immutable OS that they don't have to worry about. That's actually a slogan of MicroOS. For instance, if you are deploying a bunch of servers or Raspberry Pis that all should behave the same, MicroOS ensures that since the OS doesn't drift or get manually tweaked, it's consistent everywhere. It's minimal, no desktop environment by default, and only the essentials are installed. You add what you need via containers or packages if absolutely necessary. Let's say you want to run a home server or a small cloud VM that just hosts containers, maybe Home Assistant, a web server, etc. With MicroOS, you install it once, then forget about OS management. The system will update itself in a transaction-safe manner. If an update fails or a power loss happens during patching, no worries, it just reverts to last working state. Another example, a Kubernetes cluster might use MicroOS on each node to ensure the node OS is identical, secure, and only updated when rebooted between deployments. People often compare this to Fedora Core OS or Ubuntu Core. Those are similar concepts. MicroOS is openSUSE's take with its own twist. It's always up to date like Tumbleweed, rolling updates under the hood. But it feels like a stable appliance because changes are not applied live. The word immutable keeps coming up. That's the key benefit, because the system partition is mostly read-only and you don't make ad hoc changes to it. You drastically reduce the chances of breaking the system. Configuration is done via container config or in /etc, which is preserved across updates and also snapshotted. MicroOS uses the PTRFS snapshot magic heavily. You can roll back any bad update with a single reboot, which happens automatically if something is wrong. Also, security is a big plus. Since the OS is minimal, there are fewer packages that could have vulnerabilities and the attack surface is small. The updates are atomic and come via secure channels. In simple terms, MicroOS is like a lockdown foundation. You build on it with containers or Flatpaks, but the foundation itself stays stable and intact. This is great for running containerized apps. However, MicroOS by itself is mostly for servers or advanced use cases, which leads us to its desktop-focused variants, Aeon and Kalpa. I hope you enjoyed exploring openSUSE MicroOS with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Linux content. I would also love to hear your experiences or thoughts on openSUSE MicroOS. Have you tried it yet, or are you planning to? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, openSUSE MicroOS is just one flavor of the openSUSE family. There is a whole world of openSUSE to explore, from rock-solid stable releases to cutting-edge ruling versions and even specialized editions. If you are curious about the other openSUSE editions, don't miss the rest of this series. Each one has its own story, but today MicroOS was the star, and it certainly has a lot to offer. Keep exploring, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.